primary colors aren't necessarily a good indication that the work is written for or intended for a younger reader, is it?
Well, not necessarily. Comic books come in all shapes and sizes and colors, and simplicity of tone or look doesn't necessarily mean that it is for younger readers. And again, I think that's where maybe a knowledgeable salesperson in a comic book store can point a concerned reader or parent in the right direction.
So what are some recommendations that you can give our viewers today? What are some comics or graphic novels that you think they might enjoy?
Well, the first thing I'll usually do is ask a parent when they come into the store, or a younger reader, what they might like in other mediums. What movies do they like? What TV shows? What cartoons? What other comics they might have read? Marvel Comics and DC Comics, who are known for Superman and Batman and Spider-Man characters, they all publish comic books that are their core characters suitable for readers of all ages. Marvel Comics does some very good Spider-Man comics that are for all ages. Spider-Girl. DC Comics is doing a series right now that I'm very interested in called All-Star Superman, which is probably the best handling of the Superman character that they've done in a long, long time. And it is specifically created for readers of all ages.
And then there are some actual graphic novels like manga books, which are famous for their read them front to back. Now, a lot of them are not appropriate for children, but there are a few series that you can recommend for younger readers.
Absolutely. I think that as diverse as the North American comic book marketplace has become, the Japanese comic book marketplace, known as manga, is just as much or more so. And there's literally dozens and dozens and dozens of titles of manga that are available. Series such as Naruto and One Piece are very popular amongst younger readers. We see many young kids coming into the store reading those titles especially.
And then there's also a few comic books that are based on like video games, or video games are based on them. Like my daughter just loves the Sonic comics.
There's a Sonic comic. It's actually published by Archie Comics, who everybody knows, Betty and Veronica and Archie and Jughead. It's the same company publishes the Sonic series.
Great, so those are all some really good suggestions, and if ever kids are looking for something a little bit different from what they may be picking up in their school library, there's always the comic book store, there's checkout sections in the school library, and graphic novels. Some of them actually there are adaptations of other novels available as well in graphic novel form, but that's a little different from ones that the authors make up all by themselves, and probably a little more diverse in terms of the ones that you can get that are not adaptations. I want to thank Stephen Gilbert for being with us today, and if you need any help, just come on up to Fourth Dimension and Stephen would be happy to point you in the right direction for some great comics or graphic novels. When we come back, we're going to be visiting another location where you're going to get to meet a very special young girl who has written her own comic series.